right, well, we just finished soccer and I thought I would share with you a little story that I had from this morning. Well, first of all, before we go there, Sam was wondering about how I use the little DJ equipment. I think it's called a DJI Osmo. And the reason I got this was because my last walk and talk video was horrifically bouncy. It just didn't work. And so we were discussing getting a device that allows me to walk and talk and do a selfie with you, like a video, and not have it jitter all over the place. So walking through Mullumbimby at the moment. Sam's team unfortunately went down 2-1. Very good game from Mullum today. They played a great game. But let's leave that topic, which is, I don't know, kids make it all very exciting. I mean, they really do. I usually share with people 10% amazingly awesome, 80% pretty damn good, and 10% horrifically bad. And that might match up with your experience as well. If you haven't got kids, well, there you go. That's would you if you knew that what was coming? I don't know. You know, that's a discussion for you. But let's shift again. Come to this 10K for 120K recurring. So here's the deal. You pay $10,000 and in exchange, you get $120,000 per year, every year. Is that a deal that you're interested in? Now, my friend in my mastermind is like, dude, that is a deal that I would take all day long. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, that totally makes sense. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, there's a whole lot of businesses that are in a position where 10K to buy 120K a year makes sense. Even 10K to buy 120 once off makes sense. But 10K to buy 120 per year? Hell yeah. And I was sharing this because it came up that I had built 2 systems for a client of mine, and he was estimating $120,000 lost because of lack of systemization. And I built these 2 systems, which took, it didn't take me long, but he was like, how did you do that? How do you even do this stuff? I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I've built about, I think it's around 32, 33, 34 systems now. As I shared yesterday, I was building the hire a new VA system. And it's just something that comes naturally. And the point that my mastermind friend was making was, just because it's easy for me doesn't mean it's not extremely valuable for you. And like my client, when I look at him, I'm like, man, how do you do what you do? How do you just buy another business and buy another business? And like, he's like got like 5 or 6. I'm like, wow, that is for me is a major challenge. I'm like, oh God, I got no idea what I'm doing in terms of buying businesses. But in terms of systemization, he's like, man, you're a miracle worker. And it's interesting. He's not even interested in learning how to do systems. He just wants me to do them. He's like, you sort them out, pay you, let's get it going. He's not interested in learning how to do it. Nonetheless, I'm interested because I don't want to be the dependency point. But if he's willing to pay, and he's like, yeah, man, totally makes sense. You do the work, I'll pay you. It's worth a lot more to me. And somewhere in your business, there may well be $120,000 just left on the table because of systems problems. It's very common. It's very common for mistakes, for errors, for misbillings. It was like, if we stuff up on a client, that's $2,500 a year. And he was like, we got a lot of clients. There's a lot of flow going on. And so to be losing a few here and there doesn't seem like much until you add it up at the end of the year and go, oh, left 120,000 on the table. And the crazy thing is, that's just straight profit. Like, the business runs without that 120 that got missed. But if they brought it online and get it back in, guess where it goes? Straight to profit, which makes it worthwhile. Like, that's why you have a business, so that you can make profit, not for a job, not to run badly, but to make profit. That's the name of the game. Capitalism works. Communism fails every single time that it's been tried. So look, this is the system. Not everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur. Many people, it's way too stressful. If you're a business owner or entrepreneur, you know how difficult it is. It is not an easy art form. But if you need systems help, if you're like, man, I can see that I have the power on point to actually execute and produce, and then you're looking to open up into a higher game of profit, then that resides in a game of systems and processes. If you want help with that, head over to systemio.dev. I'm going to head back and join my family. I certainly enjoyed producing this today for you. Hope you're having an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue this journey into the power of systems to create results. See you then.